Hey everybody, this is a reply to Mr. Antony Cummins about his reply to my video regarding the possibility of a ninja-like figure wearing a hood. Anyway, let's begin. First of all, Antony, thank you so much for your video response and your kind words of getting people to visit my site and whatnot. A little unexpected, but thank you very much. Antony, another thing I would like to make clear, when I spoke about researchers being difficult, or I can't remember exactly the words I used, I certainly wasn't talking about you. I was actually talking about the nationalism that is rising between Chinese and Japanese researchers, and it's causing people on both sides of that fence to want to dig into their corner and to protect their so-called history. And I think this is stupid, because we only have one history on this whole planet, and that history is worth getting to the bottom of really what happened. Why have I been posting a couple of things on the ninja or something like that? Well, I've just had a few bits and pieces lying around, and I sort of thought to myself, I'll post them. What the heck? They are distantly connected to what I am trying to do, and that's why I did it. I'm well aware there's no such thing as a, quote, ninja mask or a shinobi no mono mask, shinobi mask, or any other variation. I'm well aware of that. I use the word ninja mask, and I have in 2 videos, because that is modern day speak. That's what people say now. They don't bother with all the technicalities. So why do I talk about them, or what is my angle? So first of all, I've always had the question of why the Japanese culture knew and spoke about ninja dressed in black with the masks, when you come along, Antony, and some other people, and you say, oh no, there is no mask now, and there is no black, and there is nothing like that, that's all ridiculous. And you may be right, and certainly your documentation and everything else points towards it, but culturally there's still something there. And I'm not talking about today. When I was in Japan in the early 80s, that was the way people moved. They understood that. And I know you're going to tell me it's from cartoons and everything else from the 50s. But all of that would be okay. You can say, yep, that's fine. Except across the water in China, they do have that. They have the same tradition, the same legends of people running across roofs dressed in black, and so on and so on. In fact, face masks go all the way to Kazakhstan, and they may even go beyond there, but they definitely go that far. Even open warfare, people wore face masks in the type that we are familiar with when we talk about ninja. So really, are you saying that the bandits and the thieves and all the nasty guys, oh, they wore masks, but the ninja didn't? This is ludicrous to me. I can't believe that. It's simple logic. However, you have proved it in your documentation. So going on from that, I propose that there is something more, something we don't know. Something I don't know definitely, maybe something you don't know and the other researchers have missed. I don't know. But you know as well as I do, any type of research in this type of field is extremely difficult. So I have a kind of a thought, and I'll just use the thought as an example of what it could be. And I'm not suggesting it is, I'm just saying what it could be. Now, in China, a person of stealth who is used to forcibly enter a military target, so it could be a walled city, it could be a compound, it could be anything. If you can't get in, and if you can't get your men inside there through the, the usual ways of going through the front door with passwords and so on. If you can't do that, last resort is you get a specialist called a penetrator, tongshi. And the penetrator will go in using stealth, using physical climbing, using all these skills that we dream and imagine about, and he will get the job done. Highly paid. Many of them were mercenary. Now, is this starting to ring a bell? It should do, because it matches the legends. Did they wear black? Absolutely. Did they cover their face? Absolutely. Because no one could know who they are. In normal life, if you were to walk around and someone said, "Oh, I know you, you're the penetrator, you're the guy that, you're the next thing, your family would be dead. Everybody would be dead." So you couldn't afford to let anyone know, not even in normal life. So there was a highly secretive living in families and also in the military aspect around these people. In fact, I have come to question if the Japanese idea of the ninja is not slightly, I don't know what to say, off track. It's on track, but it's off track. Like this, and this is only a suggestion. I'm not saying that anything you're doing is wrong, because I don't believe it's wrong. I believe you've done excellent work. And but what about this? Who are the penetrators in the ninja? They seem to be people who dig tunnels. They are people who are spies. They are people who climb the ramparts. They're everybody. But I don't think so. I think something you said some time ago, you mentioned a first-class shinobi. I think that was the thing. Forgive me if the title, forgive me if I'm incorrect. I was wondering if a first-class shinobi actually meant a penetrator. Because what that would mean is that all the other types of shinobi wouldn't need to be masked up. So if you're on a battlefield, you certainly don't need to mask up. The same as the Yebo show in China, when they went off deep into Mongolia, a lot of the time they didn't wear masks or any kind of covering on the face. However, when you send a penetrator in an urban society, they were always covered up. So could it be that a first-class ninja or anything like that in an urban setting would wear a mask? I'm deeply concerned that we keep saying, no, there's no mask, but everyone else wears a mask. It just cannot be like that. So I've actually got a final comment that should ring true with most people. And that is, if you look at the SAS, when they're operating in greens, don't wear any kind of covering, any mask. They go off into wherever they are, the bush or the desert or whatever, and they do their job. But when they're operating in blacks and they're in urban environments, they always cover the face, whether they're wearing a gas mask or whether they wear a balaclava. Not only the SAS, but all of the operations. Take the SWAT teams, they also do it now. They do not show their identities because there will be reprisals. I'm thinking it's the same thing. When it's in an urban environment, there is a mask used, and only for specific people that do the penetration, not for the other types that do infiltration. So Antony, thank you very much for your response video, and I found it very interesting. I'd like you to know that I'm a fan. I think that all your work has been excellent. I don't mean to be in conflict. I'm not trying to do that. I'm simply trying to probe and put ideas out there. So that's it from me for now. Thank you very much. All the best.